Right then, there's the Draftkings video. So we're going to go through some different bits and bobs. So here in rewards, you see PGA achievements. There's one worth doing, and you'll see it pop up usually, and you can just click on it and say accept, and then you get these crowns that you can enter contests with. So lovely. Don't have to use your own doubloons to enter those, so that's always nice. So you can see you get different ones and they add up in value, so that'd be a nice one for playing for all this time. 25,000 crowns be worth, I don't know, about $30 odd. So happy days. I should mention, if you are going to be joining, please use this as your code. We get $20 each. Happy days. Let's loot together. If you make money, you know what it is. You take me out for a couple of beers and some golf ranting, so that's lovely. Then you go in here and you have got missions. So that's under rewards tab again, and it's worth clicking on those if you're entering any. So it's an easy way to get crowns and a few rewards. You also get tickets. There's a free one, I think, that's dropped in for NFL. Know nothing about it. I'll follow other people's advice. Say I know nothing. I follow Pittsburgh, but that's only because I like Najee Harris, who might be leaving, but hey ho, we digress. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you some bits on my process. So this is where I say about wave stacking, what can be an advantage. Let's zoom in a bit so you can actually see. So what I do is split it by 11,000 and 10,000, 9,000, $8,000, 7,000 usually. Some more 7,000 I put in here because I love loads this week, but that's usually the $6,000 range. And then I'll try and get different because loads of people are using optimizers. And how can we get different? We can do stars and scrubs. So that's kind of two of these higher priced and then a load of these guys, the cheaper ones. For the majors, I'll use live players because they're lesser owned. Best drivers, short game, no short game, which is a weird one. People talk about skipping ranges. Tyler Tambourine talks about this a lot, which is a good way to get different. Getting balanced, which means more using these $8,000 golfers because we have an average price of $8,333 to spend. Then you can see I'll build spreadsheets in here with a formula showing how to break it down because I'm a massive geek and I love a spreadsheet. And that's why I use these wave splits. So you can use the ones at the top, hide all this gubbins and where I'm saying get weird and enter in your favorite players. And it takes you off players, takes you away from the FOMO, but it's a good way to do things. So yeah, I'm a massive geek on that type of things, but yeah, I thought I'd just show you those. That's again the link. Let's go in here and go into the lobby, like I've mentioned, and I want to take you through tiers. So one day I will get a new laptop because this one is so slow. Tiers, Wyndham. This is a little bit different to the classic that I've showed you before. I like this one because you have to get a bit different with ownership and things. So we know Sung J M is the top price golfer in this standard at 10,800, but the lowest owned, these guys are coming in about 22%. He's coming in about 18, so I'll get a bit geeky here. So I think a lot of people will be thinking, actually, he's a bargain here. To some degree, these will be, usually if he's 20% owned in the classic, he'll be higher owned in tiers. So we can click on a player here that we know we like, but he's going to be a bit higher owned, but you can get different here. Sam Burns is 10,000 in the main slate, whereas Justin Thomas is in awful form, 9,000. So a lot of people are going to go for Burns, but you can get different with ownership. When you're playing against, 941 other players, you don't have to be too cute, but on major weeks, you might want to be putting in these players who are a lot lower owned because these are just bigger names that people know. Scott Lowry, Burns, I think, are getting a bargain. So I don't think many people will play Aberg because they won't want a bomber. Again, here, Siwoo Kim will be massively popular and JT Poston, massive popularity this week. So maybe put in a Cameron Davis. Denny McCarthy, he's coming about, I'd guess, about 25% owned. So he'll be like 40% owned from this category because you haven't got loads of golfers to choose from like in a normal game because there's no salary. It's just these different tiers, hence the name. So we might not put in Alex Smalley to the hometown boy. Played this course 80 times before. Let's put him in there. Battier, got a lot to play for. He finished first in a recent event, but well, last event, and his points didn't count and didn't for the Barbasol, I don't think. So in great form, like him here. And then you've got Kevin Yu, can't putt, but great ball striker, someone like that. And that's an example of how you could create a lineup. I'm going to have to enter that now because, God, if that won, I'd be pretty gutted. But yeah, that's that area. Classic, like I mentioned, it's better to do single entry because you're not against all the professionals. Here you're against 71,000 odd other players, whereas we can find a single entry and we could go, oh, why is it showing everything? We just want golf, we're not interested in anything else. Thank you all very much. Yeah, what is this nonsense here? I mean, some of there's great videos out there, but yeah, let's not get involved with that. But yeah, say here, $33 single entry, and you are against 1,766 other entries. They can only put in one. But yeah, that's where you could just choose your boys, who you like, your favourite players, or you can get a bit different there with ownership, but single entry is more who you like. But yeah, if you're entering these large ones, you really need to get different. That's where you need a projection site, even like Wyndham Good, to get those ownerships and get a bit different there. This is what I was mentioning, where you've got players like Sung Jae, who's about 16%, and then you've got Hideki, who's like 23, slightly lower, and that's where you've got the salary here that adjusts as you enter players. I won't be entering this, but yeah, just gives you a bit of an idea. Love Draftkings. Use that little promo code, please, if you are signing up. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, enjoy this week. It's a good week getting into the playoffs, and we'll see you soon.